The 2020 Georgia election interference case is now in the hands of prosecutor Peter Skandalakis. He has taken over the case that was originally launched by Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis. Skandalakis appointed himself after saying he was unable to secure another conflict prosecutor to take over responsibility in the case. I want to bring in CBS News Justice reporter Jake Rosen from Washington for us with the very latest. Jake, thank you for your time. Can you walk us through who this prosecutor is and where this case currently stands?
Sure. So Peter Skandalakis is the leader of the Prosecuting Attorneys Council of Georgia. He says in a statement earlier today that he had tried to find prosecutors who were willing to take this case. And after he could not find anybody who was willing to go out there and be in this high position and high leverage spot with a ton of criticism coming from Washington, D.C. and the White House, he said he appointed himself to this role. He's going to take over a prosecution that was handled by Fani Willis. You see her in the red dress right there on your screen. She was forced out after having a romantic relationship with the special prosecutor that was involved in investigating President Trump and his allies on these RICO charges or conspiracy charges to potentially overturn the 2020 election. But a reminder to our audience, this is not a federal case, this is a state case, and this is not, and there would not be an ability for President Trump to pardon the allies of his aide that have already pleaded guilty in this case, or potentially others like Rudy Giuliani, Mark Meadows, his former chief of staff, or potentially himself if he is found criminally liable in this case for his actions in this kind of conspiracy that Fani Willis and Nathan Wade, the two people who originally brought this case, find them guilty of. You'll have to take a step back and just remember President Trump has pardoned a number of people involved, including the January 6 rioters who were here on Capitol Hill, but there is a difference and a derivation here from these ongoing state cases. So many of them have been slowed or stopped. This one is continuing to go, and we'll see whether this prosecutor can come up with a potential rebooted criminal case in the next coming weeks and months.
Yeah, and Jake, let's talk about a different topic because the director of the Federal Housing Finance Agency has referred California Democratic Representative Eric Swalwell to the Justice Department on allegations of mortgage fraud. What exactly are the accusations?
Well, there are accusations from Pulte, and it's just a criminal referral. There's no confirmed Department of Justice investigation, obviously no criminal charges coming down as of now. But Pulte's role in forcing Trump's adversaries to potentially face criminal charges has been massive in the last couple of weeks and months. Letitia James, New York Attorney General, has also faced a referral which turned into an indictment. Think about Adam Schiff, also a California congressional representative turned senator. He is also facing potential charges in Maryland for the same kind of theory here, that potentially he misused tax and mortgage applications and tax fraud potentially and allegedly in buying a home in the D.C. area as they work between California and Washington, D.C. These things have never really been prosecuted. There's been a lot of hot seat issues, especially with representatives from the West Coast who often moved here part-time and also have to own a home out where they represent their constituents. At the same time, just remember Lisa Cook, that Federal Reserve governor, she was also put on the hot seat by a criminal recommendation and referral. These continue to keep going around Democratic adversaries of President Trump. Whether there's enough to actually indict or potentially charge Mr. Swalwell remains to be seen. He said he was expecting this for a long time ago, and actually said that he thought because of his ongoing civil suit against President Trump for his actions on January 6th and his outspoken criticism of the first Trump administration and now this one, this obviously could have come sooner. We'll see how this all plays out in court if it gets there.
We shall wait and see. Jake Rosen, thank you so much for your time today.